Well, hey there. It's been a while since I've done a farming video. We've spent quite a bit of time working on, we were able to acquire a book of another insurance agency. I got retired around here, so we've kind of focused our energy on that and wrapping stuff up. We shipped, or we're in the process of shipping the last of the cattle out of here for this fall, and for once we're actually not going to have any livestock here in the winter, which we're very much looking forward to. We were just ready for a break in our lives that way. So all those yearlings go away. We'll bring some stuff back in next spring, but we'll be out of cattle for the winter too. But what I'm going to focus on in this video is actually the difference between Japanese brome and cheatgrass. So in this field here, we have quite a mess of weeds along this edge. This was seeded to winter wheat, and it shouldn't have been. That was my fault, bad crop scouting, but we had some winter wheat seed left. This is just a little 20-acre field. We knew it had kind of a cheatgrass issue. We seeded it kind of late, sprayed it with Roundup, thinking it was cheatgrass, but really what it is in this field and what we're starting to see more around this area is Japanese brome. So what you'll see with this Japanese brome, if I can find a plant that hasn't dropped all the seeds yet here, is that it's going to have more of a broad seed head. You can see how far apart the seeds are spaced on this. And then it's going to have a bigger seed than cheatgrass too. Like when we get this in the grain tank, you really notice the seed in there, where like when you cut through cheatgrass spots, you oftentimes don't. So that's Japanese brome here with this lot bigger, a little bit taller plant with the broader seed head. It also will turn a really orange color as it's maturing. It's brown now, but as it kind of starts to mature through the growing season, you'll see this underneath this field will all be orange. So if you're thinking you're having a cheatgrass problem, which the edge of this field has cheatgrass that's out in this grass. This is cheat, right? As a really fluffy, compact seed head. That out there is Japanese brome. That Japanese brome's a lot harder to get a handle on because it's not as predictable. It doesn't start in the fall like cheatgrass does. Usually cheatgrass, like now, you'll see underneath here, it's green. That's cheatgrass all starting, where there's seed for that. This Japanese brome will drop that seed, and then it'll sit there, and it might not start till May of next year when the ground gets warm enough or we get enough rain. And at that point, you've already pre-sprayed with Roundup, but don't catch it, right? We also have some neighbors that sprayed real high rates of clethodim, like 20 plus ounces on this Japanese brome, and didn't kill it. So what I'm doing here now, anyways, that's the point of this video. I'm going around the edges of these fields where there's some issues. I'm putting Anthem Flex out at like 4 ounces an acre. And that stuff is safe on peas and wheat and lentils the next year, not on barley. But some of these really bad edges, I'm just going to do it around into the grass on the edges in the barley fields too. But the hope is when that seed germinates in May, this Anthem Flex will be residual sitting in the ground, and it'll pick that stuff up as it pops out. So anyways, I just wanted to just share a quick moment with you guys, the difference between Japanese brome and cheatgrass. If you have what you think is cheatgrass really expanding out into your fields, make sure you actually do a good job of identifying the difference in these two plants, because it very well might be this Japanese brome, and that's going to be a whole different management than what we have been doing with cheatgrass anyways. So becoming a pretty big problem at Sweetgrass Hills. I think it may have come in some barley seed is kind of spreading around. The other thing that caused this problem on the edge of this field here is we cut through this with the combine, and when we get on those edges where that stuff usually starts, and then you cut it, it just spreads at the width of the combine, and it keeps stepping its way out into the field, which we can see here. So that edge is pretty bad. It's not as bad as we get out into here, and the farther we get away from where we pulled it off the edge into the field, the better it gets. So it's way better off leaving that sit than trying to cut through that and make it look nice with the combine, because then at least you don't spread it. You'll be able to seed through the mat plenty easy enough. And this stuff pretty much drops the seed where the plant is unless we spread it around ourselves. So there's just some pointers on that. Farm safety, I've got a Tyvek suit on here because I'm spraying with this open cab boom sprayer. At least most of that little bit of drift that I'm getting here is going to be on this Tyvek thing, and it's not going to be on my clothes all day long. And rubber boots, right? So make sure at least you check those two boxes if you're going to spray with something with an open cab. Well, it's good to talk to you guys. I'm going to fill you in more on how our year went here. at some point we're kind of getting caught up, hopefully on the farm paperwork end and the insurance office stuff. But I hope you're having a great day, and it's a beautiful fall day for once. One day out of 12 that it hasn't blown here, I think. So have a great fall.